All right, so this is our garden tour week number 7 because I accidentally skipped week 6. I kept forgetting to do the garden tour every time I left this place last week. Anyway, quick peek because my phone's almost dead and so am I. This heat is, the sun is a killer and I'm super brown. Anyway, planted some corn. I think there's like 8 corns there. Should have planted more, but I actually planted some in the front garden bed over there, and I'll show you in a minute. But look at all the growth over here that's going on. This is the last garden bed that I planted, and the tomatoes are probably, some of them, like this one, is probably a foot taller now. These ones in the middle are struggling a little bit, but they're getting up there. And looks like I got some snapdragons blooming. I just planted this with some Black Beauty zucchini, and I threw some corn in there. And last week I put some of those 3 sunflowers in it also. Got some zinnias back there in that pot. Same thing here, golden zucchini, corn. Just had to throw that in there. That's the mosquito plant. I forget what it's called already. Look at this gorgeousness. I'm just so happy those came back. They're so beautiful. Anyway, look at this monstrosity. I just gave the tomatoes some fertilizer because last week I discovered tomato, what is it, dry rot or bottom rot or something. I don't know what it's called, but anyway, the bottom of the tomatoes were rotten, and so I had to pick some of those off of the plants. So I gave them some tomato fertilizer, and I literally just now harvested the dino kale. I know that lettuce is all getting ready to bolt, but I don't have it in me to pull the lettuce today. Okay, here's this bed over here. Got the peppers growing little by little. They're not doing very well, but if you can see in between some of these peppers here, I've got some corn that I just planted. I always wanted to decorate this bed with corn. There's some on that side also. For the fall, you know, I wanted to decorate for the fall. Look, I have some corbachi peppers already on the plant. Look at that little baby. Isn't that adorable? That's the only one that's got peppers on it so far. Just gonna weave this plant through the cattle panel. There we go. Okay. And this garden bed's doing okay. These sunflowers are like, they were definitely stunted. Look at how short they are. That's like 10 inches to a foot tall. And it's already growing a head. That one, half the size, already growing a flower head. Same here. That one, not even doing anything. The squash are doing well. I think those are the Costata Romanescos, those big ones there on the side, on the ends of this garden bed. And sorry, I'm so tired. This corn is waist high now, doing very well. Got some more sunflowers over here, also stunted. I wonder if they were the dwarf variety that I planted. I can't remember. I planted like 3 or 4 different varieties. So maybe that's what the issue is with these sunflowers. Got some volunteer tomato plants, 3, and I just noticed one over there also. And let's see. Garlic's doing okay. This is got some little squash babies, female babies there, but I don't see any males yet, so they probably won't germinate. There goes one right there. Look at that. Beautiful. And this is the cucumber, China Jade. Looks like it's, I need to train it up the trellis. It's growing right in that spot where that plant is. I think that's a mustard mustard plant. Anyway, we're letting it go to seed. Okay, we've got some basilico here. I pinched the tops last week, fed them to the chickens. Actually, I think it was just a few days ago. The trellis, the bean trellis here is starting to grow, doing well. This year I didn't plant the purple potted pole beans that I am so in love with because I wanted to try these ones. Sunset runner beans, and this is another variety of runner bean. I forget what it's called, but just look at the flower on that. Snapdragon, beautiful. Well, it looks like the Chinese red noodle beans are starting to take off. There's this one here on the end, all the way waist high now. And then this one here is a couple feet. Nope, that one's waist high also. So good. There's one in the center there that's gonna make it at some point. And then I did plant some beans. So in this empty spot here, and then 1 or 2 beans on this side also. I think 1 bean on this side and like 2 on that side. So it's definitely going to be full. We will not be having any shortage of beans this year. Phlox in the hanging basket here, doing good. And I keep forgetting to bring my string to tie up these tomatoes, but look at the Hungarian hearts. Just, I love the shape of these. So beautiful. There's one, and then there's his twin right there. And they're all over these plants. Now, I did prune them a little bit at the bottom, but by no means did I take off all of the suckers or anything. The suckers I left just to go wild, I guess. And they're doing pretty good. Harvested the kale over here also. Now, I've been watching a bunch of other YouTube videos, and I think that my asparagus patch here is a little too dense. It's very dense. But look at those little sprouts. Those teeny tiny. This is in the second year. I'm thinking they should be bigger, but it's probably because I planted them. I just spread the seed all over and let it go wherever, and that's what happened. So I don't know if I should thin them out or what. Oh, there's a baggie that I dropped. I was harvesting some of these leaves off of the Chinese broccoli, which we never got any of because they went to seed too fast, but I'll try it again for the fall. Snapdragon patch right here, getting ready to bloom. Okay, so this is, oh look, we're getting some flowers on the what is this again? Lemon bee balm, I think, or some type of bee balm. Anyway, I planted lemon bee balm, and I think we bought that bee balm because what I planted did not actually grow. I got a sunflower there. Looks like some greens Mom may have planted there. And got these black beauties growing big and tall. These two right here are black beauties, and this one is questionable. I think it's sunrise bumblebee. That's what I'm hoping it is. That one over there is the Hungarian heart. So I need to remember to bring my string so I can tie them up to the support. Anyway, I got some peppers here, and that is a California Wonder, a golden California Wonder. Isn't that interesting the way it's growing? Now I know peppers grow up like that, but I've never seen a bell pepper plant grow like that before, and it looks like the shape of a jalapeno, so I don't know. Anyway, I planted 3 little corn plants here, 1, 2, and then one right there, just to put them somewhere. Anyway, ground cherries doing good. Just planted the new Hanover ground cherries, 1 there and 1 there. I got some zinnias planted, corn, everything's just growing. And I sound like a broken record, but I really do need to remember to bring that string. Oh, look at the grapes. Got some little bunches of grapes growing. Just planted China Jade cucumber there. And these are the Romas. They need some help. I need to get some wooden stakes up to stick them up because they're drooping. The rain they're really heavy because I didn't prune them, which I may come in and do because I don't want them to get diseased from the dirt. There's no mulch on it. Just seriously thinned out this bed from my harvesting of all of the greens, kale and mustard greens, and I left the collards. Hopefully they'll get bigger. I want some bigger leaves, bigger collard leaves. And I planted the one and only Green Doctor grape tomato. Planted it right there. Can't really see it. Once all of these go to seed, or once the seed pods dry up and we pull out the plants, the tomatoes over here will take off. So I'm not worried about them. They'll be our late harvest. Okay. Yeah, I still have some work to do, but this heat is killer. I need to get out of it. Got to take this bad boy back home because this is Boston, what is it? Boston pickling cucumbers, and I really have nowhere to put them. Not one single spot. I'm just going to take them home to keep them alive. I think I should probably take this whole entire thing home with me, just because they're gonna die over here. Nobody's here to take care of them. Well, Mom is away. Anyway, in a nutshell, this is my garden tour week number 7. And it's progressing. Garden bed up here is doing well also. Got one tomato plant there. And even though it downpoured like crazy yesterday, this bed just does not hold on to water. Look at that mum plant. Poor mums. The heat is brutal. I was also planting a few things. These cucumbers and squashes, and corn. And a few inches down, it was bone dry. So even though we had that downpour yesterday, it really did not get super deep. It didn't. But c'est la vie. Thanks for stopping by and viewing my garden tour this week. Next week, I'll see you again. So I just wanted to show you how much greens I actually harvested today. This side of the sink is super full. I've got the pan on top trying to keep them under the water. And then this side is not super full. It's like half full. And then this frozen chicken that I'm thawing out is kind of serving its purpose here, keeping this this side down under the water. So I figure I'm gonna make a whole pot of greens out of all of that. And I stopped by Food Lion to pick up some smoked turkey to flavor the greens. And I still have a whole bag of greens right there in the fridge from the last harvest. So I'm gonna cook that up with my dinner tonight. And then I also am going to be making some banana bread because I have all these frozen bananas and all of those bananas right there that I need to deal with. So my freezer's packed, and I'm not going to stick those bananas in the freezer if I'm making banana bread. It's just going to be extra goodness, and I'll probably make a double batch. But anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing today. I have to go to the Asian market to pick up some fresh rice noodles because I'm going to make drunken noodles for dinner with this chicken that I'm thawing out. And just had to pick up a couple things for that. Anyway, I am exhausted because I've been out in the sun all day, so I'm going to sit down and relax for a minute before I go back out. But just wanted to show you the Bounty and what I'm going to be doing with it. Got these greens in the pot. It's not a very big pot, but it took about one sink full of greens and the extra greens that I had in the fridge. So anyway, there's a smoked turkey leg and wing in there, and I threw some garlic and onion and some crushed red pepper and a thing of chicken broth. So I'm sure it'll be delicious when it's all tender and cooked. And over here I have bananas that are defrosted now. I'm going to make some banana bread later. And over here I have the Chinese broccoli greens, Swiss chard, and I'm going to chop all this up and throw that in my stir fry. So I'm getting ready to make Thai drunken noodles, and went to the Asian market today and picked up some fresh rice noodles. They were like super compacted and like all stuck together, so they're not long anymore. After I broke them up, they're like tiny little bits, but anyway, it'll do. 2 small shallots and 2 small Thai hot peppers, green onions. This is garlic that I just minced. 3 heads of garlic, so I can just grab and go when I need it. This is the sauce. It's a very simple, some soy sauce. I always use the organic, and some oyster sauce and a little bit of fish sauce. And it called for like some maple syrup or like some sugar, but I didn't use that because I used this sweet soy glaze, because it also called for dark soy sauce, which I could not find at the Asian market. I mean, I'm sure it was there, I just can't read Asian. Anyway, there's the chicken that I sliced, and I have it marinating with some garlic and soy sauce and fish sauce. And there's the sauce. So these are all my greens. Not sure if I'm going to use them all, but this is Thai basil. There's Swiss chard, some spinach, and Chinese broccoli leaves in there. And I've got some peanut oil in the pan. I'm going to fry up the chicken first. Get the chicken cooked up, and then I'll throw in the shallots and all this stuff. It all comes together real fast. That's why everything has to be prepared ahead of time. Okay, so basically, I mean, it's been maybe 3 minutes. I literally cooked the chicken, which was sliced real thin and small, so didn't take long to cook. And then I threw in all the veggies and put the noodles in and poured the sauce right on top. So basically it's done when the noodles have absorbed all of the sauce and become luscious. They shouldn't be super wet, so they're still cooking up, but some of them are still together and kind of hard, which is not going to be appetizing, but I'll work it out. Anyway, yeah, so Thai basil is really fragrant. I can smell it right now. It smells a lot like anise or licorice. Super yummy. And I'm just supposed to have wide rice noodles, but I could not find the variety in the fresh noodle section that I needed, and I really wanted to try fresh noodles, so that's why I went with these. These are more like the style of noodle that you use for what's the other, pad thai. This is the style that you would use for pad thai, but nonetheless it's gonna be good. I didn't use all the greens, which I probably should just go ahead and put some more in there. Probably, because look at how it just cooks down to nothing. I'm gonna go ahead and put them all in. Why not? It's really hard to cook one-handed and film with the other hand. Anyway, seriously, I mean, the prep didn't take long. The cooking doesn't take long. This is like a really easy weeknight meal, and I'm sure it's going to be delicious. I've never had it before. Never had drunken noodles before, but I saw a video on YouTube and it looked so good that I wanted to try it. So alright, so I feel like the sauce has been pretty much absorbed. These are done, basically. It's done. Also, forgot to show you how much greens the one pot made. One bowl. Like, literally 2 sinkfuls of greens cooked down to this one bowl. There's some smoked turkey pieces in here. Anyway, I haven't divided it up yet for lunches or anything, but that's everything from this one pot. And there's the rest of the juice. I'm making the banana bread. This is all of the bananas mushed up. Got a couple eggs over there, flour. The recipe does not call for vanilla, but I'm going to put it in anyway. And in one of the loaves, I might put some chocolate chips in it. Baking soda, baking powder, there's butter, salt, what else? Flour. I have the recipe written on the fridge here. Anyway, that's what I'm doing this morning because I made the mistake of sleeping all night. Alright, banana bread's going in. This big pan is the one that I put the chocolate chips in, and these. And then these 3 are just plain. I did go ahead and add some Greek yogurt to the mix also, because there was a video that I saw where they added some Greek yogurt, and they said that it made the banana bread more moist. So I thought I'd try it out this time. We shall see.